Now let's draw that sphere inside the cube again, because it is really quite complicated.
Okay, here we have a very badly drawn cube, and I'm going to start. This block here is going to be the back, and now I'm looking at it, suddenly it's become the front, but it's just kind of how you look at it. Now it's gone back to the back again. It's a trick. So I'm going to do that, and that's going to be where that cross is. That is going to be the point where the sphere touches on the back wall. Now I'm going to do this side here. So point to point will give us the center. Oh, that's going to be more down there, isn't it? It's going to give us the center point of that area, which is the face looking that way. And we can do the same thing here. So the center point will be there. On the top here, we draw cross to cross. So that is the center point there, and we do the same on the bottom. And it's going to be there, and then on the front face now, I'm going to draw corner to corner, and that will give us the center point on the front. Now this looks very confusing, I know. I'm confused. Basically we're drawing like we did on the globe, but we're drawing this in kind of wireframe set inside a wireframe box. So this is just like the, let's see if I put a kind of a line through there, that's just like the round piece of wire that I showed you right at the beginning. And now, like we draw ellipses on the top there, we're drawing kind of a cylinder down, so that's the back wall. These are the three things that I'm doing, so I need to draw an ellipse like that, and if you can see, then that's going to be like a parallelogram, exactly like the one on the top is kind of in the middle, and within it, like we did in the last lesson, we draw an ellipse there. And here, like we might draw an ellipse within this parallelogram, we're drawing a parallelogram here, and we're going to be following around this. Does this make sense? It's not easy, and you have to really kind of play with this, and then suddenly it will click. It's just like riding a bicycle. You go, oh, I get it. So we got these four things. So it's just like the globe with these three circles, which create the 4 quarters on the top, 4 quarters on the bottom, and it creates these 6 points of intersection, which are also the points at where it touches the edge of the box. And that gives us our sphere inside the box.
Now, why is this shape so useful? Many objects, particularly people's heads, are basically spheres. If you fix in your head those 3 lines that encircle a sphere at 90 degrees to each other, then you are well on the way to drawing 3D representations of almost any object you will ever want to draw. Now look at this sphere. It could be just a circle with a line going straight through and a line going straight down. Now I can draw eyes on here, and a nose and a mouth, and it will look like that. It's not much of a work of art, but it still looks like a circle with 2 eyes, a nose and a mouth.
Here is a circle with a line straight down the front and a line going straight across the middle, just as if you're looking straight on at a globe. And you will find the eyes are there, and the nose and the mouth. Now over here we will draw another circle, and there is the axis going north and south, and again we've got the axis going north and south, but what we're going to do is we're going to turn this around, and instead of being a straight line, then that is going to be now a curve as it is turned around. So now instead of that being a straight line straight on at you, it is curved around, just like here. This is straight on, and as we turn it around, it turns into a curve. And we can keep the equator going straight across the middle as well. And this here, which is a circle, has now got to kind of fit over here. And to be able to fit, it's got to become more of an ellipse, whereas this can stay much more circular. And then the nose will be right across there, as it is on here. Right, it has the centre line going through it, and it rests on the equator, and then the mouth will be there. And you can see it's the same kind of character. Now I'm going to draw another circle here, and this time I'm going to make it different again. I'm going to have the axis is going to tilt. So I'm going to have the axis coming out there, and that'll be kind of coming through the globe there and out on the other side. So the equator is now going to be going around like that, and the north-south will be coming, starting from the north here, and it'll be coming around the front and down to the south. Like we had the eyes here, now you can have an eye there, and the eye there will be much more of a shallow ellipse with eyeballs. Again, the nose is right on that centre line and resting on the centre line, and the mouth is there. So what we have got here is we got this straight on, just like that, and what we have done is we have tilted this just like that. So we've got that curve around the bottom, the curve here, and in fact we are seeing this other curve going at 90 degrees to the one north-south one. So this is the other north-south line going at 90 degrees to the first one. And in fact we will have had that same one there on that side too. And this is maybe where you might put the ears, in fact, on that same plane. So I'm sure you can see how incredibly useful this is, that we turn just a plain circle with a cross through it into this much more radical three-dimensional shape that we can move around and tilt and twist around and really do exciting things with.
Now can you see how useful drawing spheres is going to be? Go and get yourself a plain ball of some type. Craft shops often have these polystyrene balls. They're very cheap and easy, and you can draw on them, draw a line from the top all the way down to the bottom, and you will see it's straight on, and really look at this, but as you turn it, it stops being a straight line and it turns into a curved line. Really look at this and really understand that. And now it's kind of disappeared, but now it's it's a semicircle on the side. Now really get this idea into your head. The more you play with this idea, the more you will be able to imagine that sphere inside your head and tilt it and rotate it to any angle that you want. When you can do that, all you have to do is imagine a sphere in a certain angle and then draw what you see in your head. This is brain training.